They're mostly 8th graders with a few 7th graders kind of sprinkled in amongst them. We're gonna, while they're getting set up here, take just a second. I have a few recognition to make. If Mr. Wilkin can come out.
Go down and get a picture. Go down there.
Earlier this earlier this semester, Mr. Harms and I traveled to the Missouri State Music Convention, and I was really inspired there to lay down a challenge for these kids, something that I felt was hard and that they really have to work towards. I called it the Ultimate Varsity Gauntlet, and I had a few students that picked up the gauntlet and took the challenge, and so I'm going to give them their awards this evening, and I even brought a cheat sheet, which is not correct because I've already been told I forgot a student, so. Alright, the very first level, we had a bronze, a silver, a gold, and a platinum level for the students to achieve. We had one bronze achiever, who's the one that I forgot, and I love him with my whole heart. It's Mr. Andy Bond. If you could come up here, please.
Woo, Andy! Woo!
In order to get the bronze level, you had to be able to play your E flat, your B flat, your F, your C, your G, and your D major scales. And you also had to be able to play your chromatic scale for 1 octave.
Woo!
And I'm gonna buy him something really, really good on the trip to make up for the fact that I didn't buy him something tonight. It's gonna be awesome. I don't know what it is, but it'll be wonderful. Okay. The next level that we had was the silver level. They had to play a few more scales, so they added in the D flat scale, the A flat scale, and then the E major scale. They also had to be able to play their chromatic scale not for 1 octave, but for 2 octaves. And then they have to be taking a solo or an ensemble to the Windsor competition to be able to qualify for the silver. We had one person that did that, and that was the lovely Miss Aline Polson.
Woo!
Who doesn't want to come up, so we can hand her stuff. Three people actually that achieved our gold level, and they had to be able to, they added on to what silver and bronze had to do. They added a G flat scale, an A scale, and a B scale. So they have to be able to play all of their major scales. They had to play 5 of them from memory. They had to play the chromatic scale for 2 octaves, and they had to take a solo or an ensemble to competition. The first person that qualified for this is the beautiful Miss Amber White.
Woo, Amber!
Who just started playing bass clarinet this year, so that's
Woo!
super awesome. The second person that achieved this is Mr. Michael Watts.
Woo!
And the final person that achieved this level got here this evening and found out that he missed the platinum level by 2 scales. So he was so close. But that is Mr. Kameron Huff.
Woo! Yeah, Cameron!
And Cameron, he did the hardest thing. He went immediately to the hardest thing on the entire challenge sheet and did that first. So he took the hardest part out of the platinum challenge, but then missed it on 2 easier scales. And what he did is he was able to play the chromatic scale for 2 full octaves up and back down in under 10 seconds. So that's huge. There are high school kids that cannot do that. So really big kudos to him.
Yeah, Cameron!
We haven't seen each other since Friday because of map testing today, so we're going to go ahead and take a minute and just kind of regroup and do some warm-ups, and then we'll be right back.